3 rounds of discussion with a 20-minute time limit. Introducing first from a Zoom call in Columbia, South Carolina, Matthew, aka the Unbreakable Spirit. And his opponent from a Zoom call in Atlanta, Georgia, Daniel, aka the Executioner. Take it away, Matthew.
Thank you, Jesse, for that wonderful introduction. Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode number 11 of At Odds with the Unbreakable Spirit
and the Executioner, Daniel Travis.
And of course, why would I be surprised at this point?
You shouldn't be.
I'm not. Anyways,
we have three
We
topics.
got three topics for you. As
per usual.
Like my asshole said.
Hey! Fuck you.
Number 1 is Mickie James, despite being the current Impact Wrestling Knockout Champion, being in the WWE Royal Rumble.
What the fuck?
Topic number 2, Corey Graves cleared for an in-ring return. And topic number 3, Disco Inferno saying that CM Punk and MJF have referenced WWE too much in their promos. But let's hop right into
the big bombshell, honestly.
But first, I will say that I did try to Instagram Live the Punishment, and honestly, the movie, it was a little too predictable.
Well,
that's all I'm going to say. And I was surprised to see Danielle Panabaker was in it.
What did you honestly think of the movie? Honestly.
Not that scary, to be honest, because it's like all the tropes were in the movie.
Okay.
I wasn't even surprised. Plus, Michael Bay was attached to it, so it's not really that great. Apparently, he was like a producer or something.
Okay, but let's jump on topic.
Yeah.
Mickie
topic number 1.
Mickie James showing up in the WWE Royal Rumble when she's the knockout champion.
So I was actually watching Impact Wrestling last night, and I think they even mentioned on the show that Mickie James was going to be in the Royal Rumble.
And the reason, ladies and gentlemen, the reason why this is such a big WTF is, number 1, she was fired last year, and her stuff was handed to her in the trash bag. Don't forget about that. And
wait, in a trash bag? I did not know about that.
Yes, in a fucking trash bag.
Wow.
And who is now not only is she wrestling for another company, and now she wrestling for Impact Wrestling, which has now been around for 20 years. Not only that, but WWE mentioning another wrestling organization, which is something WWE never does. Ever.
Unless you're Marlo Ronaldo and you bring up New Japan.
Yeah, but they don't really, but in general, they don't bring up other promotions.
Oh, I know. I'm just saying.
What's your thought about
see them reference AEW?
I mean, they've done it once, but what's your thought on this?
My thought is if it's like we reported a week or two ago that WWE might have trouble filling the women's Rumble.
But
if they can outsource it to other wrestling promotions to allow their
wrestlers,
their stars to wrestle in the Rumble, I think it'd be fine. Like, For all we know, we could see someone like Hikaru Shida in the Royal Rumble.
I mean, hey, this is a fact that I don't know if anyone's heard, but I have heard from some sort of wrestling shit that the WWE may have a Forbidden Door participants for the men's Royal Rumble.
Yeah. And what we mean by the Forbidden Door is wrestlers who are not a part of the company. Didn't you say that like a Forbidden Door wrestler might win the Rumble this year? Didn't you hear that?
I mean, that would be a major shock, but I doubt it.
Yeah, I doubt it too, since it's WWE's first of the big four.
Yes, but I think Mickey James showing up in this year's Royal Rumble is interesting, but it's also wondering is will this lead to WWE having a partnerships with other wrestling organizations?
That would be amazing, and I hope it leads to that because with WWE wrestling going through spring cleaning every 6 months,
Which is dumb as shit.
like they need other promotions to help them stay afloat when you think about it.
Yeah. But in my opinion, Mickey James showing up is surprising, but I honestly think that them announcing that Mickey James is going to be a part of it is kind of
Yeah, like they've
stupid.
announced multiple wrestlers for this year's Rumble.
Which I gotta say, this needs to be said on this podcast. I don't get why WWE announced who's going to be participating in the Royal Rumble when it would just be more of a surprise for them to show up like Edge did in 2020. No one saw that coming.
Well, with this topic, I feel like even if some more wrestlers for the women's or men's Rumble are announced, we're still gonna get a lot of shock factor.
Yeah, I guess so. I mean, but what my thoughts are like, hey, that's great if Mickey James shows up, but heck, I would be even more surprised if Impact Wrestling allows her to defend the knockout. Wait, this is just a crazy thing I just thought of. What if Impact Wrestling allows Mickey James to wrestle for that company, for WWE, and defend her title on a WWE product?
I mean, that would imply that Impact got bought by WWE.
I mean, honestly, I wouldn't be surprised about that. But my final thoughts.
Either.
But my final thoughts are this: it is very surprising that WWE is reaching out to another wrestling promotion since they do not do that at all, and yet again, even clarifying that another promotion even exists. What are your final thoughts?
Well, like, I agree with most of that. Like, the only other promotion we've had mentioned is New Japan.
Mm.
And that was in reference to, like, AJ Styles, Finn Balor, Shinsuke Nakamura, all the guys that were in NJPW. And, like, God forbid they mention, like, Impact Wrestling, AEW, Ring of Honor, which Ring of Honor is invading Impact, but that's a topic for a different episode. Maybe next week. There's not a lot of news that is outside of WWE.
No.
But yeah, it's definitely interesting, and I can't wait to see how this develops. Anyways, we're gonna take a quick break before we jump into topic number 2. And we are back with
topic
Corey
number 2.
Yeah, Corey Graves cleared for an in-ring return. WWE is just a company that allows wrestlers to come out of career ending injuries, isn't it?
Yes, but I mean, the last time Corey Graves won the title was that random time on Raw when the 24/7 title changed teams like 8 times.
Yeah,
And
but
by
prior to that, in NXT, I believe the only title he won was an
the
NXT
inaugural,
tag.
the
And
first,
NXT.
I
Will
think it
you
was the
let me
first
say the words?
NXT Tag Team titles.
Yes, the NXT tag team titles with in WWE, the man that grabbed for John Neville, who people now know as the Bastard Pac.
Yes. But
And I will say I did see an article, and I think this is a good idea. It may not be on a full-time basis.
my thoughts on Corey Graves making an in-ring return is kind of cool, and I think
And
that
like especially this being announced during Rumble season,
yes. See,
that's where the return's gonna happen. I'm calling my shot,
I was
and I
about
will
to say
slap
that, you son of a
myself,
bitch.
and I will slap myself if he is not in the Rumble.
I was about to say that, goddammit. But yes, I think. I mean, I don't know when he's gonna show up, but I will admit that him showing up in the Rumble will be very surprise. Just be surprising in general, because I think WWE, if they do have him wrestle on a kind of rare occasions, I think that they should have Corey Graves wrestle people like big baby faces to get them even more over, or have him win a title out of nowhere. Like hell. Like
I mean, he did that before this was even announced.
yeah, I mean, like, here's something I want to see. I want to see like Damian Priest throw out an open challenge, and then Corey Graves just gets off the desk.
Just
He's like,
leaves the commentary bench.
and just be like, "Hey, Damian, I accept your open challenge."
Yeah, like I don't know if Damian Priest is a heel or a babyface or whatever.
Yeah, because of his whole one side being all happy and peaceful, the other side being, "I will whoop your fucking ass."
Yeah, we know that Damian is at least not a white meat babyface, which is the one that always does like the cheap. I'm so glad to be an insert
Name of
city
Hometown here.
Like
Yes.
he's not one of those, and like his entire it's just sometimes gets hard to tell what side a wrestler's on.
Yeah, but my honest thoughts are like Corey Graves making his in-ring return. I'm honestly more of curious of who I would. Okay, let me ask you this: who do you want to see Corey Graves have matches with now that he is medically cleared to make his return?
I mean, obviously, like there's. I would rather like listen to ATB and see if Corey even knows that he's medically cleared and see who he would want to face.
Yeah,
I'm not saying people shouldn't listen to this podcast because
yeah, that's a great idea. And plug another podcast for an art podcast. Great job.
hey, that's sort of gonna something similar is gonna be our next topic. But like as the final thoughts, Corey potentially not returning full time. Good
Makes
idea.
sense.
Like he retired, I believe, due to the amount of concussions he got.
Yeah.
So
Yeah, and then was a part in NXT back when it was actually good.
yeah,
But okay, my thoughts are, I find it very interesting. I'm glad that Corey Graves is gonna be making his in-ring return. I am very curious to see on if he's gonna be, I'm curious if he's actually gonna be a heel when he's actually, wrestling to keep up with what he does on the commentary team. But honestly, I'm kind of
Ultimately,
looking.
that's up for the fans to decide, dude.
Who gives a shit about the fans? The fans are so confusing that I don't even know.
The fans are basically what allow wrestlers to
Yeah,
get paid.
whatever. But what I was saying is, I hope he actually, has good matches when he wrestles with people. Or hell, maybe he leads a faction.
The Graveyard Society, just throwing out a random name there.
Okay, but what are your final thoughts?
My final thoughts are, it's great that he's allowed to like fulfill his dream again. And I do hope he has good matches, but also I hope it isn't cut short by concussion.
The last thing I thought I'd say is I want to see him get into a match, have a rivalry with Edge. I think that would be kind of interesting.
Yeah. But anyways, we're gonna take a quick break before our final topic. And we are back with our final topic of this episode. Disco Inferno saying that CM Punk and MJF have referenced WWE too much in their promos. Now, let me just start this off by saying, Disco, in a company that has no scripted promos, and you have to go off the top of your head, drawing, and you're also taking shots at another wrestling promotion, how can you not reference a company too much?
Yeah, my thoughts. I mean, I kind of I agree to disagree with you on that, Matthew. My thoughts are I actually find it quite interesting that these two are taking jabs at the WWE, considering, well, yeah, sure, CM Punk had a lot of success. I mean, it's also be a good way to take jabs because it makes the story between those two a lot interesting.
I'm not saying it's bad to take jabs. I'm just saying Disco doesn't really have any ground to stand on.
Yeah, but also I can see where Disco Inferno is coming from. That it's like, oh yeah, you don't want to take jabs at another promotion. But I agree with you on that. What the hell are you expecting when this company doesn't, like, all the wrestlers, everything that any AEW wrestler says, whatever it is off the cuff. Anything.
Yeah, like, unless this Joe was like a wrestling producer or something, he can't say shit.
I mean, he's entitled to his opinion.
Yeah, everyone's entitled to their own opinion because opinions are like butts. Everyone has one.
Yeah, that's a weird analogy, but I'll allow it.
Hey, I heard that from my stepdad. Get off my case, man.
No. but yeah. Oh, sorry, go ahead.
But like, and yeah, Disco Inferno, he's entitled to his own opinion. But honestly, like, his opinion doesn't really hold any water in today's wrestling environment.
Well, okay. I would say, I mean, for the WWE product, for sure, because all their shit is scripted to Kingdom Come. But the AEW stuff, I kind of, I can kind of agree with you on, since they don't really have any.
Yeah, and this topic involves two AEW wrestlers.
Yeah, okay, so
just making fun of WWE.
Because honestly, I want to be honest here is that I quite enjoy them taking jabs at WWE, considering that CM Punk himself, when he left WWE, took a massive dump on them and talked a lot of shit about how they wanted him to still wrestle even though he got a concussion, even though he at one point wrestling a match shit himself in the middle of the ring. I am not making that shit up.
I know you're not, and it's crazy that they wanted him to do that. And don't forget, like, CM Punk has every right to be mad at WWE, considering they fired him on his wedding day.
Oh yeah, there's that topic, but Corey, like them taking jabs at WWE, I can see why Disco Inferno disagrees with that, but it's kind of more interesting when you can take jabs at another promotion because there's a lot more things that you could take jabs at WWE at than you can AEW, honestly.
Yeah, like, and there's obviously the saying, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. And WWE doesn't have the balls to take shots at AEW because they're worried about exposing AEW Dynamite and losing viewers.
Even though sometimes when I've been watching WWE product, I have seen advertisements for that company on a WWE programming.
Heck, I wouldn't be surprised if you've seen AEW shirts in the audience of WWE events.
Yeah, but my honest thoughts is, well, look, I understand where you're coming from, Disco Inferno, but considering that it is one of probably the two best mic talkers in AEW, just taking jabs and they can just say whatever the hell they want. I honestly believe that it creates more interesting, and honestly, I don't know if they have legit heel heat with each other.
I wouldn't be surprised if they did. Like, CM Punk is one of the best on the mic, and he doesn't give a crap.
Does he anymore?
What? He's never given a crap. And I've mentioned this before the podcast. He is willing to rip up a script if he doesn't like it.
Yeah, but my final thoughts on this is I believe that him having both of these wrestlers going, taking jabs at WWE is, I mean, I admit it can be a bit of an overkill sometimes. Like, you don't want to take jabs at them like
yeah, but we also know WWE isn't gonna send a cease and desist because technically CM Punk and MJF would be giving exposure to WWE.
Yeah, fair enough. But I get them, need to take jabs, I agree with him that, they don't need to take jabs all the time, but I will say that it does them that it kind of makes their storyline whatever the hell is gonna happen with this, because I know that they're eventually gonna run out of opponents.
They're eventually gonna square up.
I mean, considering that MJF is trying to run, hide behind his group, which I will say that is kind of a very, very smart heel thing to do.
Yeah, and like CM Punk did that in the Straight Edge Society, which was a WWE thing.
Yeah.
Like, he had Big OG, Joey Mercury, and Serena.
Yeah, who, if the Good Brothers ever decided to jump ship to AEW, you could literally reunite the three thirds.
Have they not been appearing in AEW for multiple weeks now.
No, they stopped appearing after Kenny Omega lost the title.
Okay.
But yeah,
They
that's
stopped
about.
appearing on Impact after that.
No, I mean they stopped
On
appearing
AEW
on all Elite
Dynamite.
Wrestling. Yeah, whatever. But yeah, those are my thoughts.
And anyways, that's actually all the time we have for this week. We'll be back next
Bye,
week
losers.
with more debates and discussions. Until
Like,
then, the
follow, subscribe.
Boy, shut the f up.
No.
I'm trying to do the outro and you keep talking over me. We'll be back next week with more debates and discussions. Until then, the Executioner and the Unbreakable Spirit will be at odds. Like our Facebook page, subscribe to us on Spotify. Hopefully at some point we'll be on more platforms. We'll see y'all next week.
Bye, losers.
Bye.